It's the Newport This Week video podcast series every week right here on the Newport This Week YouTube channel and at newportthisweek.com. We go inside some of the big issues facing Aquidneck Island. I'm Bill Bartholomew. Make sure you go ahead and check out our past episodes. They are still germane to many of the topics that are at hand on the island and beyond. Today, we're talking about something that, hey, look, at the end of the day, you can summarize it as fiscal discipline or even a fiscal mindset. And this is quite recent. Last night, there was a council meeting regarding the approval of a $100,000 salary for a utilities department GIS mapping specialist. Dave Carlin is a counselor, and he was he was the lead objector at last night's council meeting. Counselor, as always, thanks for your time. And what can you tell us about this new salary that has been introduced in the city of Newport?
Well, Bill, first of all, thanks again to you and to Newport This Week and Lynn for inviting me to be on the podcast. I appreciate these weekly, sometimes more than weekly podcasts. And I think, in fact, I know that the residents of Newport County appreciate them as well. I run into these comments quite a bit, actually. So, again, thank you. What I can tell you is that last night on September the 15th, Monday evening, it's an unusual night to have a council meeting because we had a broken elevator last Wednesday at the city hall. So we had to shift the meeting date to Monday night and shift the location to Pell School. So we had our meeting last night. And one of the items that was on the agenda was a request by the city administration to add the position that you described, a new position to the utilities department. And in fact, I was not only the lead objector, I was the lone objector.
That's what I
so you're
thought.
right on both notes. The position as defined in previous documents has a salary of about $100,000. But as I recall from last night, I believe the city administration is proposing to increase that salary. I thought I heard that it would cost somewhere around $120,000 for the new position. There's two primary reasons I objected to this new position. Number one, the city council already voted no by a 4-3 vote on June 28th during the process of adopting a new budget. This position, along with 7 other new positions, to the tune of about $1.1 million in new spending by the city, was proposed by the city manager and the administration. And 4 members of the council at that time rejected this particular position that we're discussing now. It was budgeted for, again, the $100,000 or so dollars. It's for the utilities department. And at the time, the members of the city council did not think it was appropriate for any number of reasons. The second reason I voted against it last night is because it's particularly insensitive, I should say, to bring this request before the council now. And why do I say that? Because the ratepayers of Newport and the ratepayers of Newport County, because it's not just Newport residents who pay our water and sewer bills, just received in the last few days their latest water and sewer bill. And the water and sewer bill not only came very late, it arrived several weeks late, but it also came with astronomical increases from a percentage standpoint in the rates that the taxpayers, the ratepayers of Newport will have to pay. And it wasn't exactly the best rollout of the new billing system either, Bill. When the bills, the invoices came to folks in their mailboxes, a lot of people have complained to me, and I'm sure other city councilors as well, that this is the new bill, that is, this is too confusing to understand. What are all these new tabs and these new graphs or graphics, etc.? So we already rejected it on June 28th, the $100,000 new position, which, by the way, is almost double what the median, in fact, it's more than double what the median individual income is for Newport. So we rejected the $100,000 position on June 28th. And when it was brought again last night, it was brought on the heels of Newport taxpayers and ratepayers receiving their latest water and sewer bills, which arrived several weeks late, were far too confusing for a lot of people to understand, were astronomically increased from a percentage standpoint. How much longer can we do this? Folks are saying it's becoming unaffordable to live in Newport. And the underlying reason in some cases is our own city increasing our fees, etc. And then last, if I might add, the city also has required anybody who has paid online previously to, if you will, start the process again, create a new password, go through a system where they have to reestablish an account for themselves in order to do that again. And to kick it all past the goal line, so to speak, even though that's not where I wanted it to be, you are no longer allowed to pay your bills in person at City Hall the way that you used to be with regard to your water and sewer bill. So a number of reasons why I voted against this. It's just insensitive to bring it to the city council for a vote for a very high paying position like this on the heels of what we've already done, what the city has done budget wise in our rejection and has done with respect to the new bills. Long explanation. Sorry about that. I always get accused, rightfully so, of talking too much, but I hope that makes it clear what we did last night and why I was strongly opposed to it.
I think it's perfectly clear. It's at the intersection of fiscal management and the responsibilities therein, but it also is sentiment, and from that standpoint, it shows that you have a pulse for the community, and the idea that this comes at this particular moment in time is not aligned with the sentiment that you just described right there for a number of different reasons. What's your overall take on the council as a body's understanding of the latter piece, the sensitivity here, and the sentiment of, hey, you're adding to the taxpayer burden, so to speak, at a time where there's already dollars that are being introduced into people's lives, and now the idea that you can't pay in person, all of a sudden you're really shifting the dynamics of which people are interfacing with the city. Did that resonate at all, even for those that voted yes to this, to approve this
Well, let
salary?
me tell you that this council is a very hardworking body. I work closely with each one of them, and I know that each one of them has the best interests of their constituents and every resident of the city of Newport in mind. They are good people with good intentions. They're helpful, and yes, they are mindful to the sensitivities of their constituents, to our constituents as a body. And they react to that. This is not a council who ignores the needs of our constituents, the residents of Newport. Sometimes what happens is, because the council is dealing with so many issues and they are intricate in detail in many instances, we simply lose track of perhaps the larger picture in some cases. Again, the council, the colleagues I serve with are great people with great intentions, and they mean only the best for the Newport residents. But there was an instance last year, Bill, in 2024, when the council ran up against a similar situation. We had an outcry from residents of the city regarding the same issue, a dramatic increase in sewer bills, or in the rate that folks pay for sewer usage. That was done via the budget process in June of 2024. And after folks started getting their bills and started digesting it and actually started paying the bills, there was a very high level of frustration. They asked the council to do something about it. And indeed, the council listened. Many of the council colleagues I serve with now were on the council last year before the 2024 elections. And the council reversed its decision from June of 2024 regarding sewer increases. So yes, they do listen. It just sometimes takes a process. So I am hopeful that we can come to some type of solution regarding these, in some cases, 25% increases in people's bills.
Yeah, and at a moment where it's, I mean, hardly a time where people are flush with cash on the whole, and in some cases they are, but generally speaking, I think it's fair to say a 25% bill increase, utility increase of any stripe, is not something that anybody ought to or wants to absorb. Put that in
Mo-
tandem with new salaries, that's a tough pill for people to swallow.
Most of our constituents are not Jay Leno and Judge Judy, who are, of course, part-time Newport residents, and I'm sure could digest this 25% increase with no problem. Most of our constituents are exactly the type of folks you describe, not exactly flush with cash right now, given our economic outlook.
Dave Carlin, Newport City Council, thanks so much for your time, and really we'll keep an eye on this and similar scenarios as they play out.
Thank you very much, Bill.